Come back, baby! All right, here we go. Dan, 2-minute timeout. You and Percy, man. The only kids I've ever put time, actually Trey. I put 3 guys into timeout before.
Yeah, but no, what's the timeout back then?
Okay, here we go. So, now look, there is something different about this problem than last problem. And it's the sign in the middle. So everyone watch what happens when you have a negative sign in the middle. The first steps stay the same. We're going to split it. Now watch though. So the first part stays the same. But because there's a negative sign in the middle, it changes the sign after it. So where there's a positive up here, it becomes a negative down here. So if the middle sign is a negative, it changes the sign directly after it. No, because look, you got to be able to go back. So this is always a question I get every year. Look, this is a great question. Well, why doesn't it change the 20 right here? Because if we go back, we would distribute this negative through, it would have to go back up to the original problem. If there's a negative right here, when we distribute that negative through, it turns it to a positive, which this is not a positive. This is a negative up here. So it only changes the sign in the middle. Okay? Now we go through and we solve it, just like we did before. So we're going to factor each binomial. Out of this one, I can factor a 3 and an a, which leaves me 5 minus 3b. And I'm kind of going quickly through the factoring. You guys probably aren't quite that fast. Some of you may be. Yes, thank you. So 5 minus b, because 3 goes into 3 one time, the a's cancel and just b, minus, out of this one we can factor a 4, which leaves 5 minus b again. At this point you need to look, are the parentheses the same? Yes. If they are, at this point you're going to put together what's on the outside, so 3a minus 4, and then one of the parentheses. And you're done. Okay, I want you guys to try it on your own. You guys ready? Just follow the steps, try to get it. Okay, here we go. You guys are going to try it on your own. xy minus 7x plus 7y minus 49. Try this one on your own. See if we can get there. It's 42. You know they're going to have variables part of your answer now, right? Follow the steps. What? The parentheses? It should be the same. Ready? Okay, we're going to split it. like this. Who got to the first step right? Hopefully you guys all got that. That's an easy part. Sid, what can I factor out of this first one? An x, which leaves what left over? Perfect. What can I factor out of this one, Kinston?
7.
Which leaves?
Y minus 7.
Perfect. Liv, are my parentheses the same?
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So we can put together what's on the outside of the parentheses and use one of the parentheses, and there's your answer. Who got it right? Good. That's great. So this is called factor by grouping, but there is a slight chance where, well, first off, remember, if the middle sign's a negative, you have to change the sign, okay, because you're going to see those today on your homework. But you may see a problem, and I'm going to have to find one here in the book. I just opened it. There, we're going to find one that we had to... There you are, you dirty, rotten... Okay, here we go. So you may see something like this. 2mk minus 12m plus 42 minus 7k. Huh? I would encourage you probably to write this one, just in case you come across one and the parentheses aren't the same, what you can do. Okay, I'm going to quickly go through this first part just to show you. I'm going to get down to where the parentheses are. So we're going to split it. And we're going to factor. So out of the first one, I can factor out of 2m, which leaves k minus 6. Out of this one, I can factor out of 7, which leaves 6 minus k. Something's wrong, right? The parentheses aren't the same. They're close, but they're not the same. Does everyone see that? Okay, this one's k minus 6, this one's 6 minus k. In this one right here, the k is positive, and this one right here, the k is negative. And this one right here, the 6 is negative, and this one right here, the 6 is positive. They're close, but they're not the same. Does everyone see that? Okay, at this point, don't panic. Okay, you are going to have problems where the parentheses aren't going to be the same. And it's really easy to fix the solution. What you're going to do is you're going to go back to your original problem. So just go back to your original problem, and all you're going to do is the last two terms, just trade their places. Now pay attention though, because this is a negative 7k comes in, and a positive 42 goes out. Does anyone know the mathematical property that says I can switch them? Yeah, commutative. Huh? Only the second one. So we just switched the last two, we switched their places, but it's very important that we keep the same sign. Where this 7k is negative, it's negative down here. Where this 42 is positive, it's positive down here. And as Travis said, it's a commutative property that says I can do that, as long as the signs stay the same. Okay, so here we go. I want you guys to finish that problem. Go, there it is. Finish it on your own. Take 30 seconds, a minute and finish it. There is a 42. I did make one for you that has a 42 in it. Just for you, man. I did that one for you. Say thank you, Mr. Glazer.
You see that one?
From like 4 days ago?
Yeah.
I think everyone did, right?
You probably lost me in the water.
Uh-oh. Oh boy. I can't remember this. Who's got it? We all think we're confident? We'll see about that. Okay, here we go. Fairy tales do not tell children that dragons exist. Fairy tales, children already know dragons exist. Fairy tales tell children how to kill the dragon. Here we go. Split and factor. Look at this. Bloop, bloop. Got it. Out of the first one, we can factor 2m, which leaves k minus 6, right? Right? Out of this one, we can factor a 7, which leaves k minus 6. Why is that a minus? Because the middle sign is now a negative, so it changes the sign after it. So if this sign right here is a negative, it changes the sign after it. We put together, Dad, you're still in timeout. We put together the things on the outside of the parentheses and use one of the parentheses, and there's your answer. That's it. Okay? That's factor by grouping. Your assignment's on Alex. Go.